Technology Screens, our second company, which is under this technology. Actually, sooner under that, under the new technology, because we're painting that one to a complete cinema. This is under the blackseries.edition.com. So, under blackseries.edition.com, this soon is going to be a complete cinema. Still waiting for the rollers to come in. Here is our advanced ambient light projection, and this is the enrollment number is 48. This is a Black Series limited edition. We only make 100 of these per month. As for the complete cinema, as for the Fusion Gamer, we make those by the plenty, but these are limited edition products. We figure this thing is going to start becoming rare when we get offline. Well, actually, we're still going to be online. Keep in mind, we're rebuilding the website. When we start advertising and also selling offline, I should add that in there. So this is going to be a very interesting screen to get your hands on, screen paint to get your hands on. The technology and all the technology we have here is ultra short throw compatible, because I have ultra short throws that throughout the place. The technology, as I said before, very easy to paint, not hard to do. It's a one-coat application, dries 30 minutes or less with the fan. Let's see what else we got on it. We say, oh, as you can see, the ambient light rejection technology is absolutely freaking insane. It has the ability to be able to push up and fully lit environments without the screen or fading. You're not going to have that problem at the end of the day. And keep in mind, we've done these tests on 1,000 lumen projectors, ultra short throw projectors, and just about everything you could possibly think of. Go to the website. You'll get a chance to check out all the demonstrations under the products, under test demonstrations, and under demonstrations. We have them listed on the website. All right, so let me go start this one up over here. See which ones are which. This has got to be the one we're using for outside today, because we're going to be on 1,000 lumens. There we go, that's that one. This is the one we have over by the window. Now the technology we have here can produce a 100% contrast level, meaning that whatever projector you choose will have a contrast level over 2 million. Doesn't mean you have to go out and buy a projector with a 2 million to 1 contrast and pay a lot of money. You can use your old projector and still have a 2 million to 1 contrast, because the screens are physically black. Let's come out here. I was watching something a few minutes ago. Get back to my birds. Probably gave me a commercial. Yep. So let's see what else we can bring up on this without these commercials. I don't mind commercials, but the political commercials I don't like. Now, one of the biggest fears that people have when they get a projection screen is, again, they don't want to be stuck in a dark environment. Nobody wants to be stuck in a dark environment. You have to turn your home, your living room, your den, whatever you have, you have to turn it to a dark environment. And I talk to customers all the time, and the first thing they say is they want to be stuck in the dark. And when they want that control, you know, the control, you can have all your lights on. And if you're going to watch a movie later on, you can turn your lights on if you want. You don't have to have it in the dark, due to the fact that you're afraid the screen's going to have some issues pulling up. On top of that, they do not want to calibrate, and a lot of customers I bump into do not want to calibrate. They don't want to go through that nonsense. At the end of the day, they would like for be able to turn the projector on, and it works with no problem whatsoever. Another big key point, and calibrating also too comes with the fact that the colors don't come up correctly, and they start to wash out, have a little faded look to it or dim look to it, and then you have to calibrate it to fix that problem because of the ambient light you'll have in the environment that will be plaguing the screen. Another problem that you're definitely going to have is contrast. People spend a lot of money buying projectors to be able to produce a contrast level. Sorry about my boxers in the next room. To produce a contrast level, when our technology can produce a contrast level right from the door. I'll move that box out of the way. That way, you don't have to worry about spending a lot of money for a projector just to be able to improve your contrast levels. Your contrast levels will be black no matter what. Oh, one over there. I keep getting these remote controls mixed up. All right, that one we're over here. This one we're over here. Let's check out a space station.
This place. Hey, Red, can I raise your credit scores instantly? Free with Experian. Now, Red can boost your credit scores instantly, free with Experian. steering boost. Download the app now.
At Crutchfield, we sell stuff that makes life fun, and we've been doing it differently since 1974.
There you go. Now, in this demonstration over here, we have two demonstrations. One's next to the window. The other is with two 200-watt lights. These are spotlights that they use for work lights. One on one side, one on the other side. We have the overhead light to show exactly how much light the screens can absorb in. And that's one of the things people fear. They fear windows, they fear lights, all this stuff near the screen because they're afraid this is going to wash the screen out. Yeah, it's going to wash the screen out. Gray screens, white screens, silver screens have an issue with pulling off in fully lit environments because, again, this is a screen that's not going to be able to maintain in fully lit environments. Okay, a couple of dark contrast demonstrations in there. I'm always looking for something new on here. Oh, let's get these white levels in. I love to show you the fact that the black screens can produce amazing white levels. So that's our white levels right there. Now, like I said before, I've mentioned that before, but it's been told that bottom line that black screens don't have, this I heard this from professionals at the end of the day. Talking to professionals at the end of the day. Now, people don't know what they're talking about when it comes to screen paint products. Professionals. And they said the reason why they don't make a black screen paint due to the fact that a black screen would have a difficult time being able to maintain white levels in a fully lit environment because the surface is black itself. Well, didn't have the heart to tell them that that technology exists. I like doing the window demonstration because this is something people fear the most when it comes to projector setups is the dreaded window. And as I said before in our demonstrations, we don't believe in using ambient light controlled environments. I don't understand the point of talking about a screen being ambient light rejection. I see certifieds do this a lot. If your screen is supposed to be ambient light rejection, you should not be in an ambient light controlled environment. That means I have to go in there and control my lights to make the environment comfortable for the screen. It should never be that way. Just showing off some of our white levels here. Oh, let's do this one. This is a great way to upgrade a motorized projection screen, fixed frame screen, your wall, or basically anything you want to paint at the end of the day into our black OLED-like projection screen paint. And keep in mind, as I said before, our demonstrations are unmatched. We challenge you to go out and try to find anyone who's doing demonstrations on our level. Pause that for a minute. I'm going to check this out. I do like showing off red levels next to a screen with plenty of light. Red is one of the colors that wash out the fastest. Reds and blues wash out extremely fast. They get that kind of tannish, kind of off color to them when they start to wash out. Now keep in mind, I see people trying to do these demonstrations. I can't express this to you enough. You can't just show a little bit of color in the middle of the screen. You must show the screen sharp from corner to corner without fading or washing out. That's what you have to display. I watch these demonstrations from time to time of people trying to do our same demonstrations, and I'll see discoloration all around the corners of the screen. In the middle, it washes out, but there's just a faint image in there, and they believe that this is passable. It's not passable. It must show from corner to corner sharp. Because at the end of the day, the customer does not want to deal with half a screen that he can see and another half that he can't see. He paid for an entire screen, and that's what he should get. All right, let's come out of here for a minute. Let's go back over there. We don't count the door. We only count the door unless we have a screen literally sitting in the door. That's the only time we count the door. Just got the door open because get some fresh air in here, and cat likes to stare out the window. So that's why the door is open, but we don't count it for anything. It's not in the line of anything. Never could understand that one either. People open up a door, nowhere near the screen at all. No light traveling to it, nothing. Can't use it. See the light coming from my door? We don't count it for that screen because it's not in the same line of that screen. We don't count it for that screen because it's nowhere near that screen. And if a screen was there, we don't count it either. The screen would have to be right here in front of the door in order for us to count it. So that has nothing to do with my screen. But we see people do this in demonstration. They'll open up a door and go look and point at the screen. No. Unless you got a screen physically in the door where that light can hit it, then yes. Let's go over to colorful, vivid, beautiful 4K demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube. First came Google, then came Fitbit. What if the two forces joined together?
Well, while we're waiting for this one, I can always switch over to this one.
Again. In our house, we've got a lot to say. Like, you're the best. Welcome and appreciate you. Because nothing says.
Now we're back over here. Now the reason why we showed the woman with the black makeup, we showed that a lot, because I saw that in the demonstration where it was just downright being cheated. It was just not being done right. When you do a contrast demonstration, they're supposed to be done in fully lit environments, because what happens if the customer decides to turn the lights out? Let's want to stay in the dark to maintain that. But what if he tries to go into a fully lit environment? They use it for business, they use it for an office, and that screen's contrast levels don't hold and it starts to collapse. This is why you do not do it in a dark environment. You must put it as much light as possible so the customer knows what they're dealing with when they purchase the item. Because you're going to have them thinking that they're going to be able to get that dark level when that's not true. That's why we don't use projectors with insanely high contrast and all these crazy capabilities, because again, this is adding something to the screen that the average customer is not going to be able to receive unless he owns that particular projector or he's in that same environment. And this is why when you see demonstrations under these products, they will stay in the dark constantly all the time. They will try to give off the illusion as if they're actually pouring off a lot of light in the environment when they're not. If you're going to show lights on your screen, make sure they are the real lights and not ambient. That's what we call them, LED lights. LED lights, especially if they have dimmers connected to them, they have the ability to be able to control how bright they are. That is something you got to watch out for. We see people putting LED lights behind the back of their screens, white lights, to try to give off the illusion that there's a lot of light in the environment when there isn't. Always tell people, look at the background of the screen, look at the corners. You would tell if a screen is actually sitting in the dark. You'll see pockets of shadows of dark areas all around the environment. That's what you got to watch. They will stay far away from windows as possible, because window light will wash the screen out faster than anything else. That's something else you have to watch out for. Very little contrast demonstrations. You will see that a lot. They will stay far away from contrast demonstrations because, again, gray screens and white screens have extremely difficult time maintaining contrast levels, especially in fully lit environments. So you will see a lot of demonstrations on color. AK Desired Nature, YouTube. Now the reason why we do this a lot, because like I said, saw this demonstration, it was done on a high-end projector, a projector that can produce a much higher contrast level than the average consumer who had any other projector besides that one. And the demonstration was done in a dark environment, so dark that you can literally see the lights pushing out from the side of the screen. So you can tell the environment was super dark. Mind you, this was on an ultra short throw projector at that. That's why you see us doing a demonstration of ceilings, outside, stuff like that, to show you how it's supposed to be done. Get around the political nonsense. Oh, we can take that. I'm going to pause there. Go over to here. Now, again, I've heard the rants already. We've heard them. We got the email rants already. I'm talking about 5,000 lumens. Keep in mind, gray screens don't pick up on 5,000. Neither do white screens. We've got the tests. We've done them. They don't pick up on ultra short throws. I own more projectors than they do. So I know they don't pick up. But like I said, we can make this a challenge. You can do the same demonstration on that projector, and I bet you $100 that 2,000,001 won't pick up in that window. Stick it near a window, just like we have here, and I guarantee it doesn't pick up. Nothing wrong with the projector. Screen's having the issue. Can't see a contrast level. Something that you're afraid to do in demonstrations. Pull those, our curtains are veneer curtains. They're light, and light travels right through them all day long. But I can pull them back and add more light if I want. See the black background? See how it comes up 100% black? It doesn't come up gray. See how it matches the furniture and the environment? Now, if you see the light hitting on the other end, that's how much light's pushing through the other window. It's supposed to look like a TV. You ever got one of those, what do you call those, store window display TVs, which are much cheaper? You get home, the colors washed out. Even the contrast is gray. That's because all that time is spent taking all that direct sunlight to the screen to damage the screen. I've had one of those before. Now you see my LED lights behind the back of my screen? See how they don't even exist, how they're canceled out? That's because there's a light hitting the screen. Those lights don't even exist anymore because how much light is pushing through. They only activate when we have it dark in here. Look at the background. See how it remains solid black? From corner to corner. Mine, these are cheap projectors. We're not using 4K. We're using 1080p projectors today. My projectors, one of them is $500. The other one cost me $270. That's it. Never calibrated them, ever. Corner to corner, sharp and clean. And what I mean by corner to corner, when I watch these demonstrations, we'll see a little gray discoloration all around the screen. to be washed out, this will be faded, and this little image will pop up, and they consider that to be acceptable, and it's not. I watched the demonstration on a silver ticket. Fellow had the screen sitting in the window with a 4200 lumen projector. I'm a little farther back than him. I'm 19 feet, and that screen looked absolutely awful. It was awful. Right next to the window, and couldn't pick it up. Now, if our technology was up there, it would have picked up with no problem. Let's go grab us up another. Ooh, it's like this is a nice dark demonstration. You have a white projection screen. You want to upgrade it to something much, much better. You don't want to spend the money for overpriced, expensive projectors when you're first starting out, or if you already have a 4K projector. You don't have to buy one if you don't want one. Now, that's the problem when it comes to these setups. They tell you that you have to buy this, you have to do this, and this, that, and the other, and you don't have to. If you got the right screen, you don't have to. Don't buy knockoffs, by the way. But anyway, as I said before, if you have a 4K projector, you're not getting what you think you're getting from your projector. You are getting half a projector, probably less if you're using a white screen. If you're using a gray screen, you're definitely not even getting what your projector can design. It's actually designed to do. Those of you that are going out and you're buying a setup for the first time, you don't have to worry about spending all this money for an expensive projector. It's not necessary, it's not needed. And again, the calibrating is something you're not going to have to do when it comes to our products. You don't have to worry about the fear of ambient light, overhead lights, window lights, anything like that. You don't have to worry about that. That's the biggest thing we get, biggest fear we get from customers is the ambient light. I do not want to be stuck in the dark. Go to forum sites, same thing. Go to TV forum sites. The first thing they start laughing about is, yeah, I want to get myself a screen so I can be stuck in the dark all day. I'll stick to a TV any day. Second argument, they can't see a black level. I can pick up a black level on a TV. It doesn't have to be an OLED. You can still pick up a black level on a TV. Gray screen can't see it. They're preferring to gray and white screens. That's what they're preferring to. So our technology, we don't have that problem. You don't have to have expensive projectors, as I said before. You don't have to calibrate. Pick up a 100% black level. And you're going to be used in fully lit environments. So, what did they say after that? Nothing. Next question is, where to buy? Let's go back over here. Using our extreme ambient light projection over here. All right, let's go over here and pick up something.
This is a double-breasted wool blend top coat.
I'm gonna go over here to the birds.
Tonight is calling, and it calls for
So while that's playing off, we'll check this out over here.
Top how you like on a brioche bun. Ready to start the night right. Tonight, we try the new crispy chicken
This one's ready to go already.
Tonight, we wallow.
I would go to yoga, but I don't have the right gear.
Save out all the best activewear at Sierra.
Also, I might have sent a...
Now, for those you're wondering if your 1,000 lumen projectors, 1,200 lumen projectors, 1,300, 1,500, whatever you may have, it's going to run off our black technology. Go to the website. In all shopping carts, we have a link of a 1,000 lumen projector being used on the product that you will be purchasing. Also, too, if you go to the top of the navigating page, where the top we have all our pages at, you will see something on the far end that says more. Click on that, and you will see a page that says 1,000 lumen demonstrations. These are all the tests we've done on 1,000 lumen projectors, showing our product and how it reacts to 1,000 lumens in fully lit environments. We like to back our stuff up. OLED demonstrations, Samsung, 4K.
Getting that from YouTube.
I never can find any of the older ones. Yeah, I might play around with this one. We've done this one to death, but might as well. Now you see the background where the snake is at? I've seen this demonstration done before. We're not going to mention who, but in the demonstration the background came up gray. It's not supposed to be gray, it's supposed to be black. I love that image right there. That's something, like I said before, very difficult to bring up for a gray or white screen, especially with all its lighting. It's that solid black background. This is how we're going to have the screen on display, but not with those lights, much more brighter lights at the bottom. And if I ever get a chance, if I'm blessed to go to one of those electronic shows with our technology, this is how we're going to display our screen. We're going to have a white bar system all the way around the screen. That's going to be the framing for the screen. And mind you, the frame is not going to be outward. It's going to be outward and inward at the same time, which means there's going to be light hitting from all corners of the screen at the same time when the screen is pushing out light. I was trying to figure out a way how to engineer something that would have a lot of light from the door. That we have to bring a lot of equipment in, so we're just going to custom design our own light frames. Competition's really going to have a problem with that one. But if you're going to call yourself ambient light projection technology, you got to back it. Now, off topic, I know we got people out there who make these mixes. So they can understand this is never about you. Again, our technology is engineered for certified technology. A more advanced, more professional form of high-grade screen. From the test demonstrations we've seen alone on some of these mixes and these products, they can't even pass basic tests. So there's just no point in considering you to be screen painter or any form of product at the end of the day if you just can't get past tests. Like, this isn't even a test, this is for fun. Simple demonstrations. So I know some of them feel that this is personal towards you. Not really. It's not towards you. It's just to show customers at the end of the day, don't make the mistake of painting your screen gray, because again, the outcome is going to be the exact same way as if it was white. There's really no improvement. Now, for the certified screen, yes, you're definitely going to see an improvement on the gunmetal. That is definitely going to happen. But anything else is just don't paint it gray. Let's go get some contrast in here. We have people watch these demonstrations and they want to do the exact same thing with their screen that we're doing in our demonstrations. You can't achieve this with a gray screen. And we see gray screens out there trying. We see you out there trying to do the same thing we're doing, but we see all the corner cutting and all that stuff, and it's not the same thing. And I get it from customers who contact me. They acknowledge it. They say, yeah, we see the others trying, but they're not matching your product. Now we got a challenge to set up for today. I got to get my projector and everything ready for outside. We got to be outside anyway. Sorry about that. I had to step off for a minute because I'm getting ready for a demonstration for outside. And trying to get around taco stuff is amazing. Crazy getting around this stuff. My cat has a lot of toys, and again, his toys are throughout the entire house. Oh, this is this demonstration right here. Oh, we got a good shot for this one over here. We got the sunlight pushing through. Now, we don't advise you using our screen paints in direct sunlight, but you're not going to have to worry about your screens washing out or fading or any of that nonsense. Let's go over to Football Highlights, YouTube. A lot of you are watching sports, especially if you got a man cave. You know, I've heard this so many times before. Got a nice man cave, got like nice collectibles all over your wall, but the only problem is people can't see them. You have to make options here. You have your lights on, you can show off your stuff, but if you want to show off the screen, you got to turn the lights out. This one, you can have all your lights on, show off everything. Matter of fact, I might design myself a man cave in there, and just to show it off. Show off all. Oh, matter of fact, I just do a gaming room. So all my collectibles, anyway, still a man cave. So I think I'm gonna do a gaming room. Yeah, I haven't had a gaming room in a while. I'm gonna build me a gaming room up there. Yeah, that's gonna be a gaming room. So I have all my lights on. You can watch all my collectibles, things I have up there. And again, I can game at the same time with my lights on. Oh, that's right, because I gotta put a Fusion gamer in there. Might as well. All right, let me see. I don't think I might want to get a 3-bedroom apartment now. I'm gonna look into that. I might want to get a 3-bedroom instead. Let's grab this one. This is what the game is like on Black Technology. I told you I can do things that other people cannot do in the demonstrations. I can look out a window. I don't have anything blocking the window at all, period. And for the height of my screen is the same height as my windows, almost just about. This is fantastic for those of you who have sport bars. You have, I don't know, you can have a sport bar. You can have a 150-inch screen sitting right there in your sports bar. Everybody can see, have all your lights on. I've been to Dave & Buster's quite a few times. They got a little sports section over there that you can go in there and watch the game. Oh, we're definitely going to conquer that section right there easily. And they got this big white screen in there, but it's in a darker area. It's real dark in that one area, like a little shadow cave in there. And then people sit out here with a little bit of light, more light at. They kind of dim it back and forth with the light ambient light controlled environment. So they can make it a little darker back there so the screen can pull up but lighter up here so the customers don't feel like they're stuck in a cave. Well, we can put an end to all that. You can display a 150-inch or 200-inch screen right in your business establishment. Do it with a fully lit environment, just like we're doing over here. And beautiful thing about it is you don't have to spend a lot of money for an insanely costly projector to fix that nonsense that screen can't pull up. Well, let's finish over here. Now, excuse me if you see me bouncing back and forth because I'm setting up for outside. It's not only a challenge, I need the demonstrations to add to the website too also, so might as well just put them all in one, right? Now I bet you the demonstrations we've been doing today with these lights splattered all over the environment, all this light coming in, I guarantee you not one of these demonstrations were done. Not one. Because they can't. Virtually impossible. See how the colors maintained, nice and sharp and beautiful. Now the reason why we use these big boy 5,000 lumens in our demonstrations, because that's the first thing a customer does. When they can't get the image and color and there's too much light in the environment, they figure if they go out and spend the money for a more high power lumen projector, I'll be to cut through all that ambient light, make contact with the screen, and produce a beautiful image. Not going to happen. You just carried in on top of the fact that your screen's already struggling with the light in the environment. You just introduced it to another 5,000 lumens of light, 4,000 lumens of light. You introduced it to too much, too fast, too soon, and it can't pick up. Let's see what they got on this reel over here. This is an LG page. Curious what they have on here for any demonstrations in here. Yeah, we pretty much been through all of these already. Yeah, we've been through all of these, literally. Always looking for something new. Higher white levels, darker contrast levels, more vivid color. Nah. I'm just throwing some white levels.
Harmful pesticides, high quality ingredients, Stonyfield organic, good on purpose.
I'll let that play.
How sexy are those elbows?
Take a look at some flames over here. Oh, now we're back over here. I don't even know where to go to next. Okay, you guys can check this out. I got to go outside and I got to start setting up our 1,000 lumen projector. Our screen out there has been out there for about 5 or 6 days, and it's been raining for the last couple of days. It's been rain. We had a lot of rain in the morning and rain in the afternoon. That screen took some punishment. And on top of that, we still have, when we first painted the screen, we still have the surface still sitting in the freezer in a bowl of ice. So that screen is going through it. So I had somebody ask me at the end of the day, is our product weatherproof? Have you seen where our screens sit out outside? They don't come inside, they stay out there. There's no way in the world I'm taking down a 250-inch screen every time I come in and out. That's too much work. It's work enough to put the screen in. Couldn't imagine taking that thing down and bringing it back in and putting it back up. No, those screens stay outside. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to get ready to set up outside. Here we go. got right on control for this thing. Let me see right on here. Let me see. This is this one. That one is the one for outside. Dope. Set up outside, ready to go. We're playing this now. Let's put some jellyfish on. Anything I want in my head that I want to watch, I can watch it off these screens with no problem. I don't have to think, oh, if I put contrast over, it's going to wash out. If I put white levels on, it's going to be too dark. If I put colors on, it's not going to pick up. Anything I want. That's the freedom you're supposed to have when it comes to projection technology. What projector I want to use? Do I have to have 4K? Do I have to have this much contrast over the pickup? Do my lights have to be here? Do they have to be there? Can't have the screen sit next to a window. It may wash out. May have to calibrate. Got to go through this. No, I don't have that thought process. The thought process is simple and plain. When I move to my new place, it's huge. It has plenty of light, big windows. My thought process is, do I have a wall big enough to fit a 150-inch screen? That's all I'm worried about. Because there's a lot of windows in there. I'm not worried about the window light. Couldn't care less about the ambient light at the end of the day. That's the only thing that crosses my mind. Do I have enough room for my screen? If not, I got to probably break it down to 138, which I don't want. I want 150-inch in there. That's the only where I got. Couldn't care less if the projector is 4K, 720p, 1080p. If it has 2,000 lumens, 1,000 lumens, don't care. And technology is engineered to do this, so what do I care? It's what we're about. Are the walls big enough to accommodate my screens? From what I've seen from the blueprints, I think I can put a 150 in that one section near the open windows. Upstairs, I definitely can put a 100-inch. And 150 is a pretty big screen. For those of you who get an idea how big a 150-inch screen is, see that giant screen sitting on the wall with the window light pushing through it? That's 150 inch. That's the size of my screen that I want downstairs with my ultra short dose setup. My projector is designed to do 150 inches, and that's what I'm getting out of it. Outer Space Screensavers, YouTube. I've been to all those form sites before. When I first got my BenQ MS500, my first projector, went to a lot of form sites. All of them were saying, well, you know, if you want to use that screen, you got to be in an ambient light controlled environment. You got to have to do this. You need a 10, at the time it was 1080p. Got to have a good 1080p projector, all that stuff, you know what I mean? That's like you have in your environment better, but you're going to use ambient light controlled. Freak, I might want to do that for it then. No, Francis. Hotel Transylvania. YouTube. Right here. Look at eye at it. Both windows at the same time. We don't count the door. The door is nowhere near a screen. We don't count it. It's a cakewalk for this technology. Movies on a black screen look absolutely insane. Keep in mind, you bought your projector to pick up those contrast levels and colors that you're afraid of washing out. We don't have that issue in this technology. Hotel Transylvania. YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
Same demonstration.
Here at IUP, we believe more students should have access to world-class academics, which is why we're reducing our undergraduate tuition by nearly 20%. For student-friendly tuition, get in the Grove at IUP.
And it's from customers all the time. I would love to have a screen in my living room, but the only problem is if we go turn on the lights, the screen washes out, so I have to turn on the lights, and she doesn't like it. Because she wants to be in a fully lit environment. I hear that all the time. That's why you bought the ultra short throw projector, so you can have TV-like style settings. You can use it, it's going to be closer to the screen, so it's going to be less washout. I'm pretty sure that's what they tell you. You're going to maintain your colors and contrast because there's no distance throw. But yet, y'all all sit in the dark because the screen washes out, that's why. Now, my projector is only 2,000 to 1, and my screen's going to be 150 inches. And the reason why that doesn't bother me at all, because we can pull up on this technology at 1,000 lumens with no problem. We did with 1,000 with all the lights we had hitting the screen. So 1,000 lumens at around 14 feet from the screen is a cakewalk at 2,000 lumens. That's going to be sitting up on the screen less than a foot. That's nothing. That's why I find it interesting when I see people doing these ultra short throw demonstrations, how they're in the dark. You have no distance throw. Why are you sitting in the dark? What's your distance throw at? You don't have any, so there's no excuses why. Look at this. In the house, all this light on, and the environment, and I can see my screen from any angle I turn. This is how projection technology is supposed to work. Sitting in caves all day long. GPS in your coffee table trying to figure out where it's at so you don't bang your knees on it. Not supposed to be that way. Some of your areas are so dark you can't even see your cell phone correctly, not alone see your remote controls if they're not highlighted. I had to do a couple of demonstrations and a dedicated theater room, so I would say how you have to get your controller. Remote controls have to have some kind of luminant light coming up. There's no way in the world you can't see what you're pressing up there. It's too dark. What do I think? I'm gonna just do some tropical fish on this one. Just let it run. 4K tropical fish YouTube. Nothing really we can show in here. We've done contrast. We've done color. Do a star field on here. Doesn't make a difference. It's still going to pull up. I can do that light display over there. That's going to pull up. We can do white levels. It's going to pull up. And contrast and one color is going to pull up. Not a problem. Star field screensaver YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
Same thing over here. Don't make a difference. Technology is designed to pull. So this tells the customer at the end of the day that guess what? By watching all these demonstrations we have and all this light, he's going to go back and he's going to look at everybody else's and he's going to realize that we're the only ones who do this. When we tell you our product is ambient light projection technology, this is what ambient light projection technology is supposed to look like and react like. And for those of you who want to sit there and say, well, you got 5,000 lumen projectors, Ken. Well, that's why we got the 1,000 lumen demonstration page on our website. Go to the part where it says more, click on it, menu will pop up. You'll see all the selection of demonstrations we have in there. You'll see something that says 1,000 lumen demonstrations. Click on that, and that will take you to all demonstrations done on 1,000 lumens on our products. Feels nice to be to say that instead of saying, we don't have any demonstrations because we don't post them. Tested that. All right, start the demonstration. Let's see if there's something else besides that one. I have no idea where to go to tell you the truth. We've done just about everything. Oh, well, whatever. LG snowboarding. Now keep in mind our 5,000 projectors in here are not expensive. Some people think or will say that, oh, he's a 5,000. It's got it. No, it's not expensive. My projector cost me $500. It's a 2012 old model. We don't need anything brand new. As you can see, it works perfectly fine. And projector behind me is another Christie projector, $270. So for the price I paid for both of my projectors, it costs far less than someone paying for one of theirs. So again, gentlemen, you have to understand the whole point of us developing this technology, going down this long road of development, it has nothing to do with you. It never did have anything to do with you. It's about bringing better product to the customers. That's what it's about. That's what it's always been about from day one. And keep in mind, I use this stuff 24/7, so it has to work. I do not want to sit in the dark. I don't want to calibrate. I don't want to spend the money for expensive, overpriced projectors. I'm crying already. I got to spend $1,400 for a projector, and I need it because it does 235.1, and ViewSonic is the only one that makes them in 235.1. I want both 235.1 and 16.9 on my screen, so I had to spend the money for a $1,400 projector. If I was going to do a separate screen at 235.1, I just went up and bought one of those $200 NEC projectors. Would have did the job just fine. Worked just fine. And I would have picked up a 100% contrast level, can use it in a fully lit environment, and I don't have to calibrate. But I need the 235.1 setup. Other than that, I wouldn't even buy it. Look at that black that pops up. Look at this spear. That's what I'm talking about. Let's move on. Oh, we're over here on this one. Let's see, we're gonna go to next. Oh, I want to check out this one, but now that's a nice demonstration right there, but it's dark, but it gives off light. I would rather do that on the one behind me because that'd be more of a challenge over there. So let me see. I guess we'll play around with this one right here. Oh, I know what I want. TCL 4K demonstrations. I want this one right here. Come on, people. Let's go over and have a seat. It's the luxury of black technology. How many of y'all get to do this? Ugh. So that screen got brighter. That's that heightened of technology we embedded into the screen. Anytime that projector behind me basically has to brighten automatically because it's something on the screen, automatically does it automatically. Look at that, isn't it gorgeous? Look at the red on the background of that car. Look at that. Look how the colors pop. Taco, I am liking your sitting area over here, man. And a message to you certified projection screen companies out there, you do not have ambient light rejection technology. You have an ambient light controlled technology. That's what you have. This is ambient light rejection technology. As I said before, I never can understand that. How are you claiming to be ambient light rejection technology when you have to be an environment that has to be controlled? I don't get that. It either works or it doesn't. So that looks just like a TV. $500 projector, that's it. So that's the problem. They'll convince you that you have to spend more money for a more expensive projector, and the price tag keeps going up on the screens, and the price tag keeps going up on the projectors. Getting to the point that projectors cost just as much as TVs now. And for Mr. Bird, this is a gold mine for me because all these old projectors out there that cost next to nothing, and the more these advanced machines keep coming out that you don't need at the end of the day, the price drops lower on these machines. And that technology, both of them are designed to work on our screen paints. Just because you can't afford a high-end projector doesn't mean you can't get an amazing image. Well, we have to do another one. I like the sitting area over here. Where's my remote control? I bet you didn't even bring the remote control with me. Where did I leave it? Is this it? Oh, yeah, because the other one's outside. Let me see. Oh, I want to do the OLED horse. Oh, no. I want to do this one right now. Let's do the OLED horse. Okay, so they're like, you're in my spot, man. This is my spot. I could literally make this a challenge for you. But what's the point? You'll never pass it. How many demonstrations have you seen someone sitting right next to a window with a screen just as high as the window and displaying? We'll make this a challenge. We'll make this a challenge for people. I'm not from a post to the website. We'll make it a challenge for someone to match this demonstration. I want to see any company out there doing the exact same thing we're doing. Of course, we'll never see certified screens doing it because they won't use our projectors in the back. They're way too old. See that beam of light coming across? That's the sun hitting from over there. That's gracing the screen right now. It's right over in there. See it? Now, these screens aren't designed to take on direct sunlight, but they can take punishment. I was trying to make this a short video, but it never works out that way because there's always so much to show. Sorry about that, people. Topless man, I bounced him out of his spot. He's like, darn you. I'm gonna get a shot from here. I think I'm gonna get some pictures of this. Can't get it now. I want to get it when the sun's up a little brighter and get some pictures like this for the website. That is a great shot right there. If I tell you that I'm an expert in ambient light rejection, I've been studying ambient light rejection for a very long time. I'm an expert in my field. And this is what I demand from other screens. You should be producing on this level, especially for the money you charge for screens. And for those of you who think you are the best of the best or the king at the end of the day, gentlemen, this is how it's done. Oh, that's where my remote control at. I got to bring that back a little bit there. Look at that. That's insane, isn't it? Told you. At the end of the day, my technology would crush you guys easily. I could wipe all your products out in one hit. Everything. But I'm not interested in that. I got bigger things to do with my time. Bigger plans set up already. I'm not the least bit interested because I know it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time because we get a bunch of canceled orders, a bunch of excuses. I don't have time for it. I really don't. And then when we get the products down here, there's a good chance they're going to end up matching house paint to begin with. So I'm not wasting my time on that. I'd rather go for products that are actually tested and actually work. That'd be a waste of my time. And as you can see, I'm extremely busy. Screens don't even sit in windows. You see how close that screen sits to the window? And you guys got a screen. I've seen one. Screen set right here in the middle, under a lip, which means it was under some kind of under lip. You can see where the condensed light was making no contact with the screen whatsoever, nowhere near it. And then the windows were such a far distance away from the screen. I don't know what's the point of opening up the windows, and even with the windows open, the screen's still washed out. Our screen sits right directly in the windows. All my screens, anytime I've got a chance to have the liberty of having a screen next to window light, sat right directly in the window. Very sure thing, trick-or-treating already. It's not even Halloween, it's mystery night. All right, hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Thank you all for watching. I gotta go, and God bless.